Hello, welcome to GP Podcast. Today, I want to talk about a story that feels like it's rewriting our future in real time. It's this incredible narrative that's being fueled by just staggering amounts of money, leading to superhuman AI capabilities and technology that's literally leaping straight out of science fiction. So, let's dive in and break it down. Okay, so let's just start with this number. $300 billion. Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't some crazy market valuation or a wild guess. This is the real price tag on a legally binding contract that was just signed between OpenAI and Oracle. And it's all for one thing, the raw computing power they need to build the next generation of AI. Look, this isn't just another corporate deal. This is one of the largest financial bets ever placed on the future of technology, period. Starting in 2027, OpenAI is legally on the hook to spend this mind-boggling amount over just 5 years. The best way to think about it is that they're stockpiling the fuel for a technological revolution that we haven't even seen yet. The scale of this is just, it's hard to wrap your head around. We're talking $60 billion a year. That's more than the entire GDP of some countries. And this isn't some handshake agreement, it's a signed, sealed, binding contract. So you can imagine this has raised a lot of eyebrows. People are asking, how can OpenAI, a company with revenue in the low single-digit billions, possibly make this kind of commitment? And on the other side of the coin, can Oracle even build out that much infrastructure that fast? It is a massive, massive gamble that could literally reshape our world. And you know, OpenAI isn't some weird outlier here. The entire AI landscape is just operating on a completely different financial planet. I mean, take a look at Mistral AI, a valuation of nearly $14 billion with a projected revenue of just $60 million. The math doesn't follow any traditional business logic. This isn't just investment anymore. This is venture capital demanding a revolution. So what does all this insane money actually buy? Well, it's fueling what you can only call a capability explosion. We're witnessing this rapid-fire series of breakthroughs where AI isn't just mimicking human skills anymore, it's starting to solve problems that were completely beyond our reach. For example, get this, an AI agent named Gauss from a company called Math Inc. reportedly solved an incredibly complex math problem that was posed by the world-renowned mathematician Terence Tao. Now, this wasn't just crunching numbers. This was a problem that had stumped human experts for years. The AI solved it in 3 weeks. That's a huge step towards genuine, novel scientific discovery by non-human intelligence. And this isn't some isolated incident. We are deep in the middle of the AI benchmarking wars. In coding, Anthropic's Sonnet 4 is getting a 96% acceptance rate for its edits. In creative writing, this thing called the New Chemical 2 checkpoint just took the top spot. These leaderboards, you guys, they aren't changing hands monthly. We're talking weekly. It is a nonstop race for cognitive dominance. But this capability explosion isn't just happening in the digital world. No, it's starting to bleed into the physical world, completely reshaping how we interact with machines and pushing the hardware itself forward at a dizzying speed. Just consider the AlterEgo. It's this device from an MIT startup, and it's built on silent speech technology. Now, it's not mind reading, it's actually way more clever. It uses sensors on your jaw to pick up the tiny, tiny muscle signals that fire when you just think a word. And it converts those unspoken thoughts directly into text on a screen. And you can bet they know how to market this thing. Their big, powerful phrase is close to telepathy. I mean, they're selling the idea that you can communicate with your devices just by thinking. That is an unbelievably compelling concept. But of course, critics are quick to jump on that, calling it misleading marketing. And they have a point. It's a very, very sophisticated muscle reader, not true telepathy. But honestly, the fact that we're even having a serious debate about whether a consumer product is close to telepathy just shows you how far and how fast things are moving. But all of this, the brilliant software and the sci-fi interfaces, they all rely on one thing, more and more powerful hardware. And this brings us to the actual engine room of the AI revolution, a space that is right now completely dominated by one company, Nvidia. Their product roadmap just shows this incredible, relentless acceleration. In 2022, we got the Hopper architecture. This year, it's Blackwell. And they've already announced the Rubin architecture for 2025. This isn't a slow, iterative process, folks. It's a 2-year, full-on sprint, with each new generation providing a massive leap in performance. This is the physical bedrock that all this other progress is being built on. So all this progress, it kind of begs the question, right? How is any of this sustainable? The massive investment explains the why, but what about the how? Well, the answer seems to be a fundamental revolutionary shift in how these AI models are actually being designed. A new model called Qwen 3 Next gives us a little peek into this new approach. It's way more than just another update. It really represents a potential paradigm shift because it uses what's being called a hybrid architecture. So, what in the world is a hybrid model? Okay, think of it like an engine that has two different types of cylinders. First, you have the power block. This uses the traditional, really resource-intensive methods to get maximum performance. But then, you have the efficiency block, which uses a newer, much faster, much more streamlined process. The secret sauce, the real breakthrough, is the ratio. The model uses 3 of the efficiency blocks for every 1 power block. And this hybrid approach, it delivers what you could call the holy trinity of AI progress. The models are better. They can match the performance of models 3 times their size. They are significantly faster. And this is the crucial part, they are dramatically cheaper to train, requiring just a tiny fraction of the data and computing power. This is the kind of efficiency that makes a $300 billion investment suddenly start to seem plausible. So let's just connect all the dots here. We started with a massive financial bet. That bet is fueling an explosion in what AI can actually do. This is leading to sci-fi becoming reality, all of it built on an accelerating hardware foundation. And now, we see a new architectural blueprint is emerging that makes this entire cycle more efficient and more scalable than ever before. And that really brings us to the final looming question. All of these trends, the money, the capabilities, the hardware, the architecture, they are all converging and accelerating right now, as we speak. Seeing all this come together, what do you think actually happens in the next 5 years? If you liked the video, subscribe, leave a like, comment on what you liked most, and share the video.